To the last final throws, and noticed him in the warm-ups attentively sitting next to his clipboard, trying to get the matchups right, trying to get the offense and defense coordinated for himself. This team will come out fired up, Jeff. We've seen them play before last year, and they will give everything on the floor. There's no doubt about that. This is the sleeping giant, the Turkish team. Will they come with everything today, or will they just take their time waking up, by which time they might find themselves in a bit of trouble?
Well, Omer Urata has been the coach of some of the other youth teams and had success with some of these players at different levels. So he's, really high, and it's not surprising as we've seen Turkish players emerge, not only the Turkish league and European competitions, but crossing the Atlantic to play a university level or even the NBA. So a lot of interest in both of these teams. I know you're also high on William McDowell-White of Australia, a player to watch. Jeremy McKay will be a player, a real hustle player. It was put to me, and I think this is probably the accurate description, is that Australia came out, they lost a couple of close games, and perhaps people underrated them, having lost 2 games by a total of 5 points, and then they came out and won a game. And so when they went up against Serbia, they really came out and smacked them in the mouth, as the phrase goes, and they got on top of them. And I would not be surprised to see them come out and try to be physical today, early on against Turkey.
I just wonder whether those first 2 losses, everybody looked at them and said, listen, you brought a team that's too young, inexperienced, under 17 from last year. But my word, that win against Serbia has put them right back on the map. And you know what? You're never back against an Australian team. And these players will go back to that Dubai tournament last year, these young kids, and say, listen, they're going to dig on that experience. I think the Turkish team have to watch out here. There's no doubt about it. They're going to get hustled all over the shop.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Crete in Greece. We are watching the FIBA U19 World Championship. Australia off and running against Turkey. So they haven't wasted any time. And as Vasiljevic, as we spoke about beforehand, quickly out of the gate.
Yeah, and this is the strength of the Australian team. They will play defense till the cows come home, and they'll just hustle and hustle and hustle.
And when it comes to the cows, they never come home for Australia. You're right. They are out there putting their bodies on Turkey, and only green shirts under the boards for the rebound.
And straight away, Jeff, you see that matchup. It's a high-low matchup. Getchim is about 6'7", Tom Wilson about 6'3". They're trying to mismatch it in that low post.
Kyle Clark almost lost it. Arar stuck his hand in there. Now he passes to Wilson, and Wilson soars in and gets it to go off the glass.
That is a delightful backdoor move as well. Ulu is all the way over Wilson, guarding him with precision.
Now Arslan kicks it wide, and the three-point attempt is off the mark there from Getchim. Now quickly, White. Oh, and he takes a shot to the face.
That's a good move. Good step through there from Craig White.
Jack White,
excuse me.
He was good last year. Clearly, he's got some elevation. He's got some hops. But it looks like he's actually really grown a lot in the past year in terms of his confidence.
I think he comes in as like the understudy, doesn't he? All eyes on other players around him, so he just gets the job done nice and quietly. See, that was interesting there. That was a fast break. They got out on the break quickly. I was looking at Getchim, who took the jump shot. He just ambled back on defense. And it's the side of this Turkish team that really need to show some intensity.
Yeah, already you can see the sense of urgency on the sidelines from the coaches now. See if it gets the message out. There's Arar, goes right at Gak, and a good strong move. Now this is much better. Guven gets inside and challenges Australia in the boards, but doesn't bring it down.
Yeah, and again, I'll go back to this height of this Turkish team. They're lengths all over the place. The 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, and above. But if you haven't got the dynamism, the intensity to get the plays finished, you're going to struggle.
Oh, Vasiljevic. He can stroke the jumper. It's going to go over to Clark. He's going to put it on the deck and get inside. And Gak got a hand on it, but Turkey much better. Ulu drives in, puts it up himself off the glass.
Yeah, tough move there for Bergoglou. That's a year spent with the pros of Fenerbahce this last season, does him a lot of good.
Now White, oh, what a move from White. Gets inside, and for a big fella, he gets it done, doesn't he?
Got down low, made sure that Gouven was not going to help and beat him on that penetration.
Jack comes up top to help out, put pressure on the perimeter, and that allows Turkey to catch it down low. Arad puts it in.
That was a beautiful pass from Tolga Getchim, who's probably the best thinking guard they've got on the floor for Turkey.
Well, Kyle Clark hands it off to Vasiljevic. And he thought about trying to get the contact to put up the shot. Now Clark, and a couple times is able to get it back, and then puts up an extremely difficult shot, and it goes over to Turkey. So Turkey now raising the intensity.
Yeah, just looking over the coach at the bench too. There's a little bit of fist pumping going on over there. Just trying to generate some intensity to his team.
Gets him, looked at it now, and now there's going to be a foul, I believe, on Jack.
Yeah, it's right in the center of your screen there to your left there. Jack and Gouven just getting to know each other a little better. First change of defense here for Australia, Jeff. 2-1-2-3 zone.
Pass down low, now gets him. And cross court, and three-pointer is good from Arslan.
Yeah, that's a big statement to make. You change the defense, make them shoot it from the outside, and the first shot is a three that goes down. Turkey right in this game now.
Well, they've shown what they're made of. They've come right back at Australia. Wilson over to Clark. Now to White. And again, over to Clark. That's off to the left. And Ulu brings it up the floor. And quickly passes back, and Gouven gives Turkey the lead. So if they were hitting the mouth, they'd come right back and thrown a few punches of their own, and they've taken a 9-8 lead. Timeout on the court. Well, Australia have taken the timeout. See if we can hear what Cape Horn is saying to his team.
He's not going to be very happy with the last offensive set, I don't think, Jeff. There's a lot of standing around, and that's not Australia's game. You cannot stand around and just play one-on-one from the perimeter. They're not going to have a big inside game. Dengak's not the force that perhaps the Turkish team have in the inside, so they've got to make plays. They've got to set screens, back screens, a lot of pick and roll. And I think they want a little more order on the floor offensively. But how about that play from Bergoglou just now, coast to coast? That was so quick.
Oh, full court pressure here, and Arulu then pulls back off of Wilson.
I think the Turkish team will look at this Australian and say there's no actual point guard, true point guard on the floor just now.
Vasiljevic gets in, brings it back. Now Clark, and Clark drills the three.
Yeah. Vasiljevic's penetration all the way to the baseline, dragged the defense down, and that left Clark wide open at the top.
Now the entry pass just a little bit over the head of the big man, Gouven.
I think the coaching staff is just having a word with DJ Vasiljevic just to say to help out and bump that back screen, because that back screen was wide open.
Vasiljevic is not able to get going yet offensively.
They won't give him much space, that's for sure, Jeff. They know his prowess from the three-point line.
Oh, Wilson twists his way inside now. Goes back outside to Clark, and he puts up another three. This one rims out, and good strong rebound from Guven. Arar hands it off, and Erlu drives in and draws the foul. And he is extremely fast.
Well, now you know why he holds down a place at the end of that bench on Fenerbahce. He is tough, no doubt. And look at the size of him. He's no more than, he can't be 6 foot tall.
And it's a worrying sign there. It looks like Wilson has twisted an ankle, or
I think it's a knee, Jeff.
Is it a knee problem?
Yeah, the physio's down there holding the knee, his left knee, just to the side of it, maybe a little twinge.
Hopefully he'll be okay as Erlu makes the first of 2 free throws. Well, that allows McDowell White to come in, that we're excited to see. And the free throw is good, so that knocks it at 11.
Yeah, McDowell White just looks like a basketball player, doesn't he? Cool stuff.
Also, a substitution coming in for Turkey, Özdemir Rolu, and he is guarding McDowell White. Özdemir Rolu.
They're giving Clark a lot of options on that perimeter from the three-point line. There's another one. No.
Jack McVeigh also into the game. And McDowell White travels.
Yeah, just dragged that pivot foot before the ball went down. He's fresh in the game. Looks like he's just a little too cool right now, McDowell White. He needs to pick up that intensity.
Now Hunter's going to come in, Jordan Hunter for Gak. So both teams now making some substitutes here. Well, Australia mainly. And it goes Arar and challenges immediately Hunter, and doesn't make the shot, but Turkey get it back. Getcham hands it back, and good challenge there from behind from McVeigh, but Turkey and that size really competing inside. And how in the world did he get it out of there? And Clark is fouled as he brings it across midcourt.
See Australia dodging a few bullets right now under their own basket because there's a lot of missed little chippy layups. Almost just missed on Turkey.
Well, they were competing. I mean, they were competing, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
They had the hands up.
Well, what would worry me is Turkey finding easy shots. Even though they're not making them right now, they're finding easy shots.
Sure, they are.
The pick and roll.
White was setting to take. Here's Jack McVeigh. And gets inside with the left hand.
Yeah, very lucky. Turkey bench one double dribble. I think he's lucky to get a push-off too. Maybe an offensive foul on that move.
Now Arar passes back out. Of course, McVeigh had the 18 points, 12 rebounds in the 69-56 win over Serbia. And that was a huge result, so he probably has grown in confidence. Now White picks up the foul. Korkmaz is now going to come in for Arslan.
Well, they just roll him off the bench, don't they, Turkey? I mean, you look at number 11 for Turkey, Ege Arar, and the way he puts the ball on the floor, the confidence he's got at 7 foot tall, he's just, you know, one of these, I go back to it again, the development of these guys in Turkey is just phenomenal.
Getchin hands it off.
There you go.
And beautiful play.
He's as good a stinking guard as you'll find in Europe right now. Tolga Getchim, number 8 for Turkey. Fouls on Juven, I think 15 for Turkey. Great penetration back from McDowell White. Showing his speed there.
So that's Guvin's first foul. White comes out to the perimeter to take it now. McVeigh again hands it off. What a play. And Australia really crashing the boards and should have had something. Now it's Turkey responding immediately. Now Korkmaz hands it off to Getcham. And the penetration from Özdemir Rolu draws the foul.
good call. Yeah, Jordan Hunter although he looked like he kept his feet still, so he clipped the outside foot of the defender. The referee's always going to give it to you, give you the benefit of the doubt.
So Özdemiroğlu at the line. And Turkey getting good play from their point guards.
It's the sort of play you don't want to see on the floor too much, Özdemiroğlu, do you? Just because the name is just one of those nightmares to pronounce.
You'll be saying it in your sleep tonight. Özdemiroğlu takes the dribbles and puts up another one. And Turkey are beginning to look formidable.
Turkey have taken out Geçim, the number 8, just to give him a rest at the end of this 3 minutes of this first quarter. Yeah, well, Australia under pressure right now.
Alan Daroglu, number 14, has come in for Turkey. So it's Korkmaz. And White tried to beat his man, tried to beat Ulubay, and somehow does get inside. Now there was a lot of body there, but referees letting him play.
That's some good defense, I think, from Ulubay as well.
And good D, good penetration, but White is able to get to McDowell and up ahead to Vasiljevic, and Kip Warren says, let's slow it down.
Well, you know what, Vasiljevic is hunting the three-point line. If he'd kept running, that would have been a pass for him. McDowell White would have assumed that Vasiljevic would have gone in for a layup.
So Krebs is going to come in for Australia at the next dead ball. Korkmaz now out on the perimeter. Arar. Ulubay. And that's a tough shot from the left-hander.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's impressive.
And McVeigh takes the contact and puts it up off the glass.
I'll tell you what, Jeff, that's a failing there of Turkey. They don't get back very well defensively. And maybe if you go into high-octane basketball, just push the ball down the floor quickly every time, you're going to find easy buckets.
Korkmaz back outside to Özdemiroğlu. He gets inside, puts it up, misses, and White soars in for the rebound. And now McVeigh, tough shot, and good defense from Turkey, and quickly over to Korkmaz. And great hustle from McVeigh to get down and intercept that pass.
Yeah, hopefully Australia will just hold for an offense here. They just need to run something, get settled down a bit.
Look at that, 45% inside the arc for Turkey and 45 for Australia. And McVeigh travels. He certainly lowered his shoulder as he went into the lane, but the traveling was the call.
Yeah, and you know, whereas Kyle Clark would have shot that three-pointer, McVeigh obviously not as confident, loves to drive more. The defense is ready for him.
Vasiljevic is checked out and Krebs has come into the game. Final 35 seconds here of the opening quarter, which I have to say has been very entertaining. Nice strong move inside from Turkey's number 12, Olmaz. Ayberk Olmaz. And McDowell White hurries down, but the turnover now is into the hands of Korkmaz.
Yeah, that was a good play from McDowell White. I'm not sure he read was on the same wavelength as his teammate there, because a poor turnover at this stage.
Now, good pressure from Australia defensively, and now they've got it back.
Oh, look.
And McVeigh puts it up right at the buzzer, but he was off. But certainly the effort is there for both teams. It's just as we expected. All out. Turkey, though, coming back, trailing early. They lead it 19-15 at the end of one.
Well, there's your stats, Jeff. You talked about the 45%. Turkey just went up one notch with 6 of 12 now inside the arc. 3-point shooting, neither team really firing. I think it's a great difference of styles here. Turkey will very rarely run the fast break, the rebounding, as you'd expect. 10 for Turkey, 5 for Australia. Turkey have a huge height advantage at nearly every position. Maybe Berke Gulu is the one player that's probably on the same level as, at the same position as Australia. Turnovers, 5 to 4. That would equate to about 20 turnovers over a game for both teams, near enough. It's but the style of Turkey, they're very much a precision team. They run a half-court offense. They very rarely break you, and look to break very, very, very seldomly. In opposition, Australia always looking to get the ball down quickly. But they've got to convert. I think that's the big thing for Australia. They have to convert in the open floor.
I think for the size disadvantage that Australia have, I mean, they've competed pretty well, but the quality, I think the problem that Australia have is that Turkey, they don't only have big guys, they have skillful big guys that are putting it on the floor, driving to the basket. And how do you pick your poison against a team that can do so many different things well?
Well, what you saw at the end of that quarter, and midway through the quarter, was a double team. They come up and run a run and jump play like the old Carolina days. You love the North Carolina run and jump in the half court. You'll see maybe more of that, trying to pick the speed of the game up, take Turkey out of their rhythm offensively. I think the last play we saw was Olmaz scoring a 2 in the low post. That is something Australia cannot afford to give up too easily.
Well, welcome back to Crete, Greece. It's the FIBA U19 World Championship quarterfinal day. Australia and Turkey leading at 19-15 after the first quarter. Now Korkmaz loses the handle, but the ball goes over to Olmaz. And now inside, the ever-active Ozdemiroglu misses the shot, but gets the ball back. Olmaz sets the pick. Now Korkmaz just behind the line. And Krebs skies for the rebound.
Yeah, they got some athletes, haven't they? Australia's no doubt about it, from some real sky jumpers.
And White gets it over to McKay. Now McVeigh gets it back. Just like you said, not interested in the three, wants to get inside. And back over it goes to Turkey. So Jeremy McKay has come into the game, number 15, and we're going to see Kyle Clark re-enter the game the next dead ball, as well as Turkey's starting point guard, Erlu. There's Erlu. Ulubai, he likes that spot. And McDowell White gets the rebound.
He's quick, McDowell White. Look at how he put the ball down the floor. Didn't quite get the layoff. That's what they want. They want to get that ball down quickly because Turk's down the floor. I'm surprised Clark's coming out, because Clark gives you that three-point range. But perhaps they probably need that now to just open up the defense.
So White exits the game. And Krebs. It's interesting how Capron's making the adjustment here. And Korkmaz intercepts the pass from Krebs.
And, he hustled straight back, give up the foul, just stop the play right there and then without any points against the team. We're going to sink back into this 2-3 zone again, Jeff. 3-pointer last time for Turkey.
Well, Erlu has it. And back to Erlu, he gets it over to Olmaz. Now Korkmaz from the line. Kind of a running jump shot from the free throw line. Or the big left-hander, number 13, Okben Ulubai, is showing his skills.
He's classy, no doubt about it.
Clark for three. That's off to the right. And Jerry McKay scrapping, but the size of Turkey and number 12, Olmaz, now the other way. And a foul called on Australia.
Yeah, looks like Ulubai just took a shot to the face as he went up against the hands of Krebs, isn't it?
I think it was Tanner Krebs, yeah.
It is.
So the good news for Australia is that Wilson's able to come back in, having hurt his knee. Gak is out. Also number 14, Mehmet Alemdaroglu from Turkey has gone back to the bench. And Arslan is back. And he catches it down low. Oh no, excuse me, Getcham. Getcham is back. He catches it down low and misses.
Great out of bounds play, wasn't it? Wide open for a layup. To write that one down.
McVeigh outside to Clark, and it was on line but long.
Hey, they've had open shots, no doubt about it. That's back-to-back open ones for Clark. They're going to drop soon. You've got to believe that.
Wilson was surrounded. Gack gets it back and puts it up and in.
Number 14, Australia.
You know, Jeff, Den Gack averages 14.9 minutes a game, but he gives you that something else that maybe his teammates don't have, that presence around the basket. They're going to need that.
So he could log more minutes today. And then Korkmaz has the ball knocked out of his hands with Turkey.
He almost stole the ball there, too.
So Gack making an impact. And now Wilson has had to come out of the game. So clearly he has a knee problem, and you worry about him for the rest of this tournament.
Yeah, he's limping off here now. He's in a lot of trouble.
Not what you want to have happen when you get into the tournament this stage, especially building up for it. It's not what the team wants. And this is why the squad, the depth is so important. Vasijevic.
You get to take a three-pointer, Jeff. Won't be long, I'm sure.
Well, he takes a tough shot, kind of turning around at the line. Korkmaz, bounce pass, Almas, and McDowell White with the rebound. Bounce pass. Boy, how good was Kyle Clark to catch that ball?
That was a poor pass.
Yeah. McDowell White from the right. Good! That's what Australia needs. They need to hit some shots and force Turkey to come out and guard him on the perimeter.
And I'll tell you what, you know, McDowell White is just so quick.
You know,
and he's not really got his passing game's not quite there right now. But my word, he could definitely run this team.
It's difficult to know. Turkey have called the timeout, leading at 21-20. And if we look at their huddle, Urulu has the 4 points. Ulubai has 4 points. Guven has the 4, so they're spreading the points around. It's difficult to know exactly what the problem is. Maybe we can find out by halftime for this Australia coach and his starting point guard, Wilson. He's definitely got some pain he's dealing with. I suppose that's one of the problems of being a sportsman. Often you're going to pick up an injury. Hopefully it's not going to be serious, but
yeah, they're over there massaging the outside of his knee, just on the underneath the side.
So coming back into the game is Guven. Arad is back as well.
I can't see how they're not going to power it inside here, Jeff. You know, Egi Arad, number 11, get teams, big matchups inside in the low post.
Well, there you go, just as you said, and he was wide open. He had the double team outside.
That was an easy pass to make too. You know, it was wide open on that pick and roll. They double teamed the pick and roll. They played hard on the perimeter. Down White, once he got off his locker.
Clark sets the pick, gets it back, and then hands it off to Gak. And Gak goes up and puts it up and in. Well-constructed play.
Big fella, come to play. I think he was fortunate to get that pass. You know, I'm not sure Clark needed to make the pass. Put him under a lot of pressure.
Arulu this time gets it to Guven, and he goes up for the two-handed rim rocker.
Yeah, and that's been open all game. This little pick and roll and dive to the hoop. Aussie defense just struggling to get by from the perimeter, get back and play hard under the hoop.
Now Vasiljevic, he gets in and has the shot swatted. And he's having no joy right now. That was Arar. And quickly, Urlu just goes to the other end. And the electric pace of Turkey. He is lightning quick, isn't he?
Very good, very good. And you know what? Vasiljevic has to take a jump shot soon. They're giving him the jump shot from about 15 feet.
And Urlu just takes it away from Gak and passes it straight to Gak. McDowell White now. And to Clark, so Clark misses the layup. And Turkey wanted the foul there. It wasn't called. Now Korkmaz drives in, and who was it? McVeigh wasn't able to corral it, and instead Guven stepped in there.
That's an impressive run, Jeff. That is an impressive run. Team that just came out to play out of that timeout.
Absolutely. So Urlu was kind of body checked as he got close to midcourt and was able to hold his balance and make the pass, but
it just flew.
That's what the coaches were asking for. Now, with Wilson out with the injury, obviously problems for Australia. We just saw Turkey in all their glory. We saw the pick and roll, the two-handed jam. We've seen him get out on the break. I don't think it doesn't look like a team you want to run with.
No, and I think this pick and roll problem for Australia is much bigger than we've seen this first half. There's no doubt about it. It's finding holes in that Australian defense that are really simple, it's a simple basic play. They need to discover ways of combating it, of picking up that roller to the screen and going to the hoop. Because everybody's jammed up on the three-point line playing their man and without any help defense rotation.
Now White has come back into the game to bring some physicality and athleticism for Australia. McDowell White.
He's going to get it back. He should get it back.
Here's White. He gets inside. Oh, great defense. I mean, what can you do? The big man standing right there. The potential of Guven is just amazing. McDowell White holding with both hands. And now the travel on Arar.
It's a good call. You know, it's lazy footwork from the big man. And although he's got those dribbling skills, he's very long, wiry, good mover, good athlete. Just shuffled the feet.
How tantalizing are the skills of Guven, though. We've seen him dunk it with two hands. Now we've seen him come down and just an impressive block. And Australia getting some messages that if you're trying up, and now an illegal screen set up top by Gak.
I'm not sure I agree with that, Jeff. I think he just got tangled up. It's unfortunate for the Australian team now. Run jump defense here from Australia. A little half court, 1-2-2. Oh, it's a travel two.
It was. Ketchum looked like he maybe took a step. Oh, Gak comes up with another steal and knocks it away into the hands of Clark.
Sorry, Jeff, I'll be surprised if Gak doesn't get through about 25 minutes of this game.
Well, Jordan Hunter's going to come back in. Could be spelling him. 3:21 to go here in the first half. White. Oh, just a powerful move, but couldn't finish. Challenged at the rim. McDowell White couldn't stop Getchum, and then Getchum misses the layup. And Guven gets the rebound. Urlu looks off the pass and gets in and puts it up off the glass.
Tough move. And he went high to evade the shot blocking attempts of Clark, I think it was.
So their biggest lead of the game, 7 points, Turkey. Vasiljevic has not been able to get on track, and Guven commits the foul.
Vasiljevic not confident really coming off that pick and roll, 1-2 dribbles and just firing up a shot. He's happier just barreling in there, getting some foul, getting some contact. Angus Glover's in the game for Australia. Jeff just replacing McDowell White, giving him a little break.
So Vasiljevic gets it to Glover. Oh, nice knifing his way into the lane. Clark gets the layup.
Tough play, tough play. He got himself down low. I think that was the best bit about that move. Center of gravity down low, and there's no way he's going to get stopped.
And the long one, and the miss.
I'm not sure the Turkish coach will be happy with that jump shot going up. Here's Vasiljevic again.
Oh, Vasiljevic took a shot to the face there and had words with number 14, Alem Doroglu. So Os Demirolu also back into the game, running the point. Number 6.
Second time Vasiljevic has gone in and drawn contact and a foul. So maybe he's just grown in confidence.
And you won't like to miss that one. Also in for Turkey right now is number 9, Oğulcan Baykan. 1 of 2. Well, an important time here
That run and
of
jump.
the game.
Little 1-2-2 press again. Got success, a turnover last time.
Os Demirolu gets it to Getchim. Right at the line, puts it up and in. Glover avoids the contact. Now brings it back. Now he goes around, puts up a reverse layup and draws the foul. How about that move from Glover?
Tell you what, Angus Glover in the game. He's sat most of this first half, but look at this move. Off the dribble, he knows full well somebody's going to come and get him, goes reverse.
Well, that's got to be the play of the game so far for Australia.
Yeah, that's a great replacement. McDowell White comes out, a semi-superstar, if you will. And Angus Glover just feels those boots. He's ready, he's hungry, and he's got a free throw. And he's a lefty too, Jeff.
Yep, the lefties always look better.
Bring him in the house. Lefty in the house.
Got a few lefties in this game. Ulubai back into the game. Turkey really look like they're ready to step on the accelerator, and Australia has done a good job of changing things up here. Ulubai.
They have sleepy periods, Turkey, Jeff, and I think that's where Australia have to capitalize.
Os Demirolu to Arslan. Os Demirolu. And good box out there from Krebs. And Ulubai tries to get the steal. Now White, and great defense from Os Demirolu. Now White comes back and chases him.
That's the sort of turnover they can ill do without, that's for sure. White on the break. Turns it over.
Gets him. Oh, just got a little bit of space. Missed the shot. Missed opportunity. And look out for the dunk. Oh, yes. Two-handed.
He slowed down big time, didn't he?
It was almost as if he thought, I can't afford to miss this one.
But I thought he was just going to lay it up and then just flicks it in the net. That's the old style USA college game. Injury there.
Yeah, took a shot to the mouth. And he's getting some attention there. Is that blood? Now here it is again. He had it.
That's USA college in yesteryear, isn't it? You can't dunk it.
Yeah, back in the early 70s. So we've got some blood coming from the nose. And Cal Clark comes out. Wow. I tell you, Australia doing a great job of holding it together under a little bit of adversity there. Now, Os Demirolu has played so well for Turkey, but he has to come out. And Bayram has come into the game, number 4.
Yeah, Australia's going to stay in this 1-2-2 full court press, Jeff. They're going to go back into a 2-3. Now they're going to run it up a bit further up the floor, so more a 3-quarter press.
So here's Bayram. And they find Getchim. Certainly takes him out of their offense a little bit. Boy, Glover doing a good job of pushing the big man, but this time he went into him.
As soon as the referee saw the forearm go in with the shoulder, tough play from Glover. He's just holding his ground. blood on the floor, is it? Something on the floor, Jeff.
So it's from White. He's got like a cut on his right leg, it appears.
Yeah.
So he has to come out of the game. And Coach Omer Urata is going to call a timeout. Boy, he is sweating up a storm over there, and he's been coaching a lot. Turkey, but his team's only up 31-30. Anybody's game right now.
Yeah, and I still go back to the class of this Turkish team. They're a classy outfit. Some of these players, 3-4 of them, are going to be national team players in 5 or 6 years' time. There's no doubt about it. This development program they put together is outstanding. But look at the toughness. Look at the mental durability of this Australian team. You never back against Australia in one of these games. There's no doubt about it. Underdog, they'll play you forever. They'll play all day long as underdogs. And they'll beat you. They'll beat you. If you're not ready to play, they will beat you.
I thought it was a curious substitution when he took out Urlu, because he seemed to have come in and picked it up a notch. You know, he went in for one of those drives, and then he came out, and Özdemiroglu is a good player in his own right, but it just seemed like Urlu was in the flow.
Yeah, and as
no
coach,
fouls really to speak of.
Yeah, and as a coach, you're always in this problem, aren't you? How much time do you give your best players? You know, in a knockout game like this, you've got to run them high into the 20s, I would think. But you've got talent all the way down that Turkish bench, and he's under pressure perhaps to give people a break and keep people rested.
But we are in Crete, in Greece, and we were watching quite a game here between Australia and Turkey. The first quarterfinal here at the FIBA U19 World Championship. Final minute here of the first half. And Arar called for a push-off.
Distinct change there between the way they played the pick and roll. They switched it every time Geçim and Arar went at it. Therefore, they had to lob the pass down. And Arar, I think, just a little bit of a push-off, maybe with the elbow. There's a press now from Turkey down the other end.
So Vasiljevic back in for Australia. They're not going to get it across?
Yes.
Barely.
I'm sure they need to sort that out at the guard position.
Oh, Vasiljevic passes up the jumper again. This time gets it to go in.
Sky hook it down.
Arar not able to get it off in time, and Australia have sent a message out here at the end of the first half. They've taken a 32-31 lead. They're right where they want to be. And the good news is Vasiljevic has come out and made a big play.
Yeah, that's huge. That's like Kareem Abdul Vasiljevic on that one. That was sky high, sky hook. Beautiful play.
Well, I don't know what's in store for us in the second half, but if it's anything like the first, it's going to be great, Mick. And really, Australia, look at Turkey's percentage drop in the second quarter down to 41%.
Yeah, and that's a good point, Jeff. You know, I still go back to the fact that Turkey are finding ways to find easy shots. Therefore, eventually you'd think they're going to wear this Australian team down, because how many little chippies have they missed, even I think 2 minutes ago. But when a shot is missed for Turkey, all you see is green shirts on that ball, all the way over that ball. The intensity in their defense is incredible, and that's why they're this far. That's why they beat Serbia, because they can put the defense on the floor.
Well, Guven and Urlu each with 8 points. White has the 6, and Clark and Vasiljevic each with 5. But interestingly, and as you look at the rebounding situation with Guven, how dominant he is, you know, the problem that they've got is Wilson is out with a knee injury, and we don't know how severe it is, if he'll be able to come back today or for the rest of the tournament. Maybe they'll err on the side of caution, and we won't see him again. So it's halftime. It's Australia leading at 32-31. Be sure to stick around for second half action.
Number 14,
32-31 is the score here at halftime. Australia leading Turkey at the FIBA U19 World Championship in Crete. And Mick, I have to say, it has been an absolute pleasure to watch this game. It is exciting stuff. I mean, these guys, I don't know who's going to win this game. I thought for a minute there that Turkey were getting to grips with the game, and Australia have just come right back.
Yeah, and if I was an Australian fan, that would worry me, that Turkey can turn it on so very, very quickly. They're slick, they are quick down the floor, and the bigs can play. There's no doubt about it. So Australia going to have the wits about them in the second half, come with that same intensity. I think if Tom Wilson doesn't play any further part in this game, that will be a huge factor. I think come maybe the fourth quarter of this battle.
I don't think he is going to play. He's been hurt. He's at the end of the bench.
Yeah, no chance. Yeah.
He's the captain. He's skillful. We saw how he played last year in the final against the USA in the under-17 World Championship. So squad depth is definitely an issue. And to be fair, I mean, we saw Glover come into the game and made a couple of the biggest plays of the game for Australia. So, you know, the stakes are high, and Turkey are waiting out at midcourt. This is going to be a real fight between two really talented, hard-working teams.
Well, Dengak will start. I think he came out the first half as a starter. I'm seeing big minutes from him tonight. He did play 23 minutes against Serbia. That was his high of the tournament. So maybe he might even go higher than that tonight.
Well, welcome back to Greece. We are at the FIBA U19 World Championship here in Crete. And McDowell White is going to start at point for Australia. Clark Yak is in. And Vasiljevic, who hit the go-ahead shot at the end of the first half, he's got the ball now, showing signs of life. And White is also in. Jack White in the left corner. Now Vasiljevic puts up a shot on the right, and White came in to challenge for the rebound, and Clark gets it back for Australia.
Great hustle from Australia, wasn't it? Going in to get the offensive rebound, surrounded by white shirts.
Vasiljevic just goes behind his back, and you know, you like him to be aggressive and attack the basket, but it's almost as if he's trying to do a little too much.
Yeah, I think you're right there, because the double team came to him on the last jump shot, decided to take the jump shot rather than move it on. Yeah, he's got to be a bit more selective perhaps about what his options are out there.
Well, number 13 for Turkey, and we've seen it all game long, Okben Ulubay.
You know, it's not like Capon, the coach here of Australia, wouldn't tell them. He's shouting, shooter, shooter, shooter.
Boy, how in the world did they thread the needle there? And McDowell White was able to get there and draw the foul. So a new wrinkle here from Turkey.
Well, the pass was on. It just wasn't quite as accurate as it needed to be. Put McDowell White under a lot of pressure.
Well, Vasiljevic is going to inbound it. Now Turkey with the 2-point lead after the three-pointer from Ulubay. White from the corner, and he overshot everything right into the hands of Urlu.
Yeah, they're going to have their opportunities, Australia, and I think they've got to just make sure they take everything. They're going to win this game. That was a jump shot that was open.
He's clearly the man you cannot leave open. Now he's going to back up and get the double team, and he finds Arar, and Yak goes up for the rejection.
Stop it. Stop it. What a play.
Well, we saw Guven get a big block in the first half, and now we've seen Yak stand tall.
Arar was just looking at 2 points all over there.
Oh, Yak just takes a very difficult shot.
And you got to love Jack White on the boards every time.
And Turkey step out of bounds. So Yak doing a great job moving his feet. Watch this.
I said it in the first half. He just gives them that little bit of insurance down low under the basket, defensively and offensively.
Yak is now going to put it on the deck, spin, get inside. Well, I didn't expect to see that.
Tough move. The spin was delightful. Little twinkle toes out there.
Well, back to 34 all. McDowell White on Erlo. Hands up. They're challenging Turkey. Turkey's got some great players. Now Arslan. No look pass. White got his hand on it. Now Guven. And Guven falling away from the basket. And I think if you're Australia, you'd rather see him falling away from the basket rather than going to the basket.
Absolutely. You know, Turkey just a little shaken up here. And Australia have to get some points on the board and make them pay at this 2-3 minute period. This third period, quarter.
Oh, and it's Gak again. And this time it was no doubt about it. The man is possessed. What has gotten into Gak? Even Guven draws the foul. Look at that.
Jeff,
commits the foul.
You got two plays either end. One play, Gak blocks it because it's an easy layup. Down the other end, Gak says, "You're not going to block this. I'm just going to dunk it on you." And Guven sits down. That's, I'm not sure. Is that foul trouble for Guven?
I don't
think.
think.
His third foul.
He has to come out, yeah. So 3 fouls. He's got 8 points and 8 rebounds. So his exit is not good for Turkey. But it allows Olmaz to come into the game.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't take him out. I wouldn't necessarily take Guven out. You know, he's playing. Hold on,
well, the steal, McDowell White goes in and draws the foul from Erlu.
Now, you tell me, you look down to that Turkish bench and you tell me if they're under control or not under control. Now's the time to get this team steadied. And his head coach, just talking to Ulubay.
Well, we saw Turkey respond in the first half when they fell behind, but right now you just sense with Australia and their defense, especially the play of Gak. Well, Gak just basically said, "Listen, coach, you cannot afford to take me out of the game with what he's been doing."
I used to say that all the time when I was playing. The coach never listened to me, though. That's the problem. McDowell White's got to hit this one. He can't go 0 for 2. Good concentration. Now, their defense is tough, but you know what? Turkey's organization has let them down at the last play. He's backed off against the press. He's playing man-to-man right now.
Well, Erlo, they're trying to keep it out of his hands. McDowell White goes to Arar. Man-to-man from the Australians. Erlo goes to his right, puts up a jumper. It's going to be short. And the long rebound chased down by Vasiljevic. And Erlo gets back on defense. And Vasiljevic. Kyle Clark. Back to White. Australia working for a good shot. White gets it back. Out to McDowell White. And a long three. Oh, he just kind of like, almost a little desperation there. He still had several seconds on the shot clock. And now Australia have raced into a 7-point lead.
Jeff, there comes a time on an offense you have to take a jump shot. I think White and Clark both had jump shots and both wanted to put the ball on the floor. But the defensive pressure right now is really upsetting Turkey.
And McDowell White and Gakton comes in and snares the rebound.
You're going to go to zone. Turkey's going to sink back into a zone here.
Well, Vasiljevic is probing that zone.
Well, they're going to get jump shots somewhere.
McDowell White's just hit one. He's still going to get inside, and that's not going to make the coach happy.
Yeah, what a move. What
9
a move.
points the lead after the basket for McDowell White. They have come out, and they have just, you know, that first phase, taken a 9-point lead. (43-34) Australia on top. What is going right for these guys here in that all-important first 5 minutes here of the second half?
And it's funny, Jeff, isn't it? It's just happened as an instinct, really. It's happened out of chance. You know, they had a turnover against the press, the 1-2-2, which is poor organization from Turkey. Then they had the Gak dunk, but even go back to the Gak block on the open layup for Arar. and you think, oh, that sent a statement out there, but the dunk for a Gak, and then the coach dragging Gouven out on 3 fouls. That's a tough decision. Do you do it, do you don't do it? But the coach really got angry with Gouven as he walked him off the floor, as if to say it was his fault that Gak got so wide open. You change the defense on the transition from offense to defense, which is what the Turkish coach did, went to zone, and you give up. Look at this layup. That's just a wide open layup. Great move from McDowell. Look at the hesitation there. You see, just drop the defense for dead. The defense is giving up.
Yeah, Almas has to do better there. I mean, that's you're going through a zone to take away the penetration.
But mentally, you know, you change the defense in transition, which is the coach is putting up the hands for the zone. It's tough to do. It's tough for players to adjust, and he's got himself into a hole big time now.
Well, alarm bells definitely ringing back in Istanbul. Now, Ulbay goes straight at Gak and immediately gets an opportunity for a three-point play.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's why Ulbay is such a good player. You know, you get isolated with the big man for Australia, Gak. He's got his 3rd foul now.
Yeah, that's a tough foul to give away for Gak, especially. You don't want to give away the unsportsmanlike, but you can't let him score if you're going to give up the foul.
I can't understand why they'd match him up with Ulbay in the first place. I can only think it was just to get back on safety against the press.
And now, so great play from Turkey coming out of the timeout, and Gak comes out, and this changes the complexion of the game.
It's a game changer right there. Tell me about it, yeah? And Hunter's got a big weight in his shoulders. Got to fill some boots.
Well, it's all about stepping up when your name is called, and now it's time for Hunter. Korkmaz also has come back in for Turkey. Vasiev puts up from the free throw line, and good for Turkey now. They've already taken 3 points off that 9-point deficit.
There's that low post matchup. Getchim one-on-one.
And he passed it over to Korkmaz. Go! Well, that was a 2, but that gets it back to 43-39.
It's the first jump shot Korkmaz has made today. Had a poor first half.
McDowell White being kind of pushed, almost lost it. Gets it back to Kyle Clark. Vasievic looks for an opening. 3 on the shot clock. He has to put up a long 3. Got the backboard. They got no love from the backboard, and then as Urulu gets to mid-court, he's fouled by McDowell White, and really the momentum has swung completely for Turkey.
All of a sudden, the Turkish team went into that timeout, and they just awoken from their slumber. Now, you tell me why Urulu's coming out the game. The speed, number 5 there. Berk Ulu sits down. You tell me why, Jeff.
I don't know. I think he's the key for them to be on the floor, to be honest. But Ozdimirolo has come back into the game. I think he had the bloody nose early on. Oh, no, it isn't.
No, it's Bayram.
Bayram has come in, yes. Gets him, drives in, misses the layup. Arar reaches up over the Australian defense.
He's lucky not to get over the back call. You know, I think it's good refereeing because he's much taller, Egi Arar, and he's got long arms.
The coach of Australia doing a little bit of coaching there.
Wow, he's losing his voice, that's for sure.
Telling his player he's got to move his feet and back him up. And McVeigh's in the game now. Ulbay looks like he's got the bit between the teeth. And pulls up for the jumper. Oh boy, how do you stop that?
I tell you what, if he'd missed it, I'd have sort of been very critical because nobody got a touch on that offense, but he drained it and he's just very confident.
7 unanswered points for Turkey. Glover. McVeigh travels and goes back to Turkey. Can you believe Turkey, in the space of 2 minutes, have erased already 7 points off that deficit, and they can take the lead if they go down and hit a 3.
You go back to that Gak substitution, the 3rd foul. You know, and it's all...
It's coming out of that timeout. They got the 3-point play. Look at that, 12 turnovers for Turkey, 9 for Australia. Ulubai gets in the lane, and somehow Australia dodged a bullet there.
They did indeed. You know what? It looked like a travel from Ulubai.
Well, somebody's going to have to make a play for Australia. They've gone cold all of a sudden. Lagievich is going to come in. Hunter backs up his man. Nowhere to go. Hands it off, and McVeigh. Boy, he was flirting with a 3-second call.
How on earth did Turkey give up a layup? Because they had Hunter dead and buried on that baseline. Ball watching. Too much ball watching. Great play there from McVeigh to get in there.
Getcham drives in, and foul called. Also, Krebs is coming in, so Lagievich and Krebs. And Vasiljevic comes out, as well as Kyle Clark. So they've kind of traded. Well, they've brought Hunter out as well, so they've taken Vasiljevic out, but they look a little bit bigger.
I think they just want to get to the end of this 2 minutes, the end of this period, and get back in the game.
Korkmaz. Getcham for three. It's good! And he pulls Turkey to within one. And worried look over on the Australian bench. And the reach and the foul called.
That is tough play. It's Furkan Korkmaz got called for the foul, his first foul of the game, but they had that ball on in Tanner Krebs' hands, jammed up on the sideline. No options of passing, really.
McVeigh, Kyle Clark, and long, and great rebound from McVeigh. He goes up, and good defense from behind by Arar after foul. So Getcham is out. Behind the pack pass to Korkmaz. Good! Hello! Furkan Korkmaz has arrived at the party.
Well, you know, they're shouting shooter, shooter, shooter. You cannot give a shooter that much space.
At the other end quickly, Australia turn it over. Now Getcham has it.
Yeah, Capeland's got timeout coming. Oh, he's waved it off, I'm not sure.
And Kyle Clark fouls Ulubai, and White is going to come back into the game. Orlu. Well, I didn't think they should have taken Orlu out. There's a replay and the turnover.
Well, the thing it did, yeah, it's a good offensive rebound from Australia has been outstanding, but the finish in there, they probably need to use his body more. I think by taking Ulu out, you get him at the point guard. Therefore, the mismatch was 6'7" point guard bringing the ball up the floor.
Boy, I am impressed how they have come back. They looked almost to be on the ropes going into that timeout, and they've come right back swinging, haven't they? 1:17 to go. Ulubai is just crucial to this team. There's no question. As he comes out,
it's a 15-2 turnover check. 43-34. Now they lead by 4 the other end.
So Arson has come back into the game, and Australia again facing some full court pressure. Down White. That's the pick. Now White. 4 on the shot clock. Krebs. And Turkey not giving away anything easy.
Yeah, that zone is proving dividends for Turkey right now. Australia can't seem to find a shooter anywhere.
Korkmaz from the corner! And he's fouled shooting the three-pointer. And big play Korkmaz has hit the three. Now he comes down, hits another three.
Yeah, he touched him too. Just bumped him on the downfall.
But what a turnaround. Trying to get a hand in his face. He fouled him. Boy, I mean, the game is just, what happened to it for Australia? They've just, it's going out into the bush.
Yeah, I think the substitutions winning. McDowell White came out, Gack came out. Vasiljevic came out. That was another substitution he took out. And they got him back in the game now to finish the quarter off. But
it is now an 8-point lead for Turkey. And now the pass from White. Orlu drives in. And Australia coming apart at the seams here. They are trailing by 10 points. McDowell White. Another interception. Korkmaz this time. Boy, it's been utterly disastrous last few minutes for Australia. Final 10 seconds of the third quarter. Arslan for three. And Australia get it back. And the final buzzer sounds. Well, they still got 10 minutes. Australia to turn around, but look at Turkey. They have come back. They have hit back with a vengeance, and they lead it by 10 with 10 minutes remaining. And look at this replay, Mick. That is a bad turnover.
that summed it up, didn't it? The last 3 minutes of that quarter, that sums it up. There's no man in the middle against the press. Your lateral pass that you haven't really read the defense on, and you get a layup that's a needless 2 points against you.
For the shooting percentages, Turkey's still down around 41% inside the arc, but they've got those 5 3-pointers now, and that's key.
Korkmaz, Getchim, Ulubai have all dropped down big jump shots. You know, forget the low post game for Turkey. What's really worked is the playground stuff. You know, the setting man up for the one-on-one, developing open shots. It's been impressive. There's no doubt about it. This is a Turkey team that probably playing their best ball, their best 10 minutes right there, maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, probably 5. That just shows what they can do if they can really concentrate on the game plan and increase the intensity, and especially Ulubai. Just looks like a player that isn't going to be denied. Well, Australia having to go without Tom Wilson, and that's a blow. He's the captain. He's got the knee injury at the end of the bench.
Yeah, that's a big loss for them. There's no doubt about it. I hope everything's okay with that knee and he can get back and playing pretty quickly.
You know, a lot of these Turkish players, we see the Australian bench, Turkish players, you know, they've been playing at the youth tournaments, just like the Australians, but they've been winning these Turkish players. They've been winning championships. So
yeah, this team was the under-18 European champions. I think is that right?
That's right.
In Konya last summer. In Turkey. They did have home advantage, mind you.
So welcome back to Crete, Greece. It's the final quarter of the first quarterfinal between Australia and Turkey. Turkey on top, 55-45. And the alley-oop pass to Korkmaz. He drives, he goes up and brings it down and goes back up.
Yeah, that was a sorry-looking lob pass, wasn't it? Almost it ended up in disaster, but Turkey bailed themselves out, 12 up.
Hands it off. And McVeigh spins and puts up a shot. He really does operate. He wants to be in that lane area, doesn't he?
Yeah, and the dribble penetration for Australia has been good. But Jeff, look at this Australian team right now. You've got to get some outside jumpers in there. You're playing against a zone. A zone will give you outside jump shots. Vasiljevic, can you get him an open jump shot somewhere? Can you work, maneuver the ball around?
So 2 big free throws made by Australia. Orlu brings it up. Some full court pressure here from Australia. It's all got to happen on the defensive end for Australia at this point. Getchim gets into the lane, and nice cut to the basket from Arslan, and Getchim makes the pass, and Cape Horn calls a timeout, but look at it again.
Yeah, Jack White it's Vasiljevic just went to sleep. Ball watching, you see his feet there. Where's his man? His man's gone back door.
You're right.
Just watching his heels as he rises up for a layup. Cardinal sin, ball watching. Got to know where your man is, got to know where the ball is all the time.
Well, we've seen Turkey go on top. There's White with the 9 point, McDowell White rather with the 9 points, and Jack with 9. McVeigh has 8, and Jack White with 6. How do you see Australia getting back into this thing now? Ulubai has the game high of 14.
Well, Turkey's not going to come out in their zone until Australia shoot them out of the zone, or until they get layups. So, and until Adam Capon comes up with a solution for finding layups, they haven't got a low post game until Gak comes back in, and he's going to come back in now. So they've got to get some open jump shots. Clark maybe. McDowell White made a 3-pointer the first half. We've yet to see him take an outside jump shot since. And definitely, PJ Vasiljevic needs to get his outside game going.
Well, McDowell White gets it inside immediately to Gak, and he goes up for the dunk.
The easiest way to break a press is just to buy your way through it. Come up with layups.
Urlu comes up top. Well, that was good coming out of the timeout, but then they give away a shot. A dunk to Ara.
About the first half, Jeff, you cannot spread yourself so thin on the perimeter. You cannot get to help, and Ara just flushes it down with ease. Oh, no.
Oh, an interception. Oh, what a... And goaltending, or goal interference to call on Clark. That's the second costly turnover here in the second half, where they've just thrown it right into their hands.
Well, the Turkish defense backed off, and then as the ball was handed to the offense, they just charged up, and it was 2-on-2.
Quick pass to Vasiljevic. And over to Vasiljevic for 3, takes a jumper, and Gak keeps it alive for Australia. But everything is a struggle right now for Australia on offense. McVeigh puts it up and in.
Tough move. What a move. The spin so quick. He actually had to dump off to Gak as well for the dunk, but powered it up himself. There's the pick and roll, Jeff. They've got to sort this problem out here.
Well, Urlu decides to keep it and hits the jump shot.
Yeah, they're just not missing right now. They cannot find a defense. They can get comfortable and stop their misses. 14 the lead.
So Zach McVeigh, see if he tries to beat him on the dribble again. He's going to pass it. And Vasiljevic puts up a difficult shot again. And Arar with the rebound. Getcham, bounce pass, what a play! Oh! And a reverse dunk from Hurricane Korkmaz. Wow, has he got some hops? It is now 67-51.
Somebody left the back door open. And the highlight film.
Absolutely.
Gak gets in a photograph. He made 2 down the other end. He's in 1 himself down this end.
Well, Getcham with the no-look pass. That was beautiful for Turkey. Well, you go back to that spell. I mean, the turning point in the game, Australia, all guns blazing, up 9 points. Turkey calls the timeout, and then they come right out of the timeout, and they get a 3-point play from Ulubai. And since that moment, Turkey has just been, they've had their foot on the pedal.
And he goes back to what we've said all along. This team has been sleeping the way through this tournament, and in some ways their talent is so superior in a lot of elements that they are just relaxing. But now when it was after them to turn on the burners, my word, they came out and played. Each of these players that plays at top level in Turkey has a real great work ethic. And they come to play hard, they play together. And it's a team that really is gelling right now.
And even worse for Australia is that Ulubai and Guven are now into the game.
Yeah, they're taking the players off that have done the damage. They're giving a rest. They're bringing some even better players in.
Well, Korkmaz has stayed in the game. Krebs brings it across. Now Vasiljevic. And Krebs draws the foul from Ulubai. Australia will take that. Stops the clock, puts them at the line. I mean, you know, if you look at the situation right now, the clock is a factor, isn't it?
Yeah. You know what? Australia had to work so hard for getting close for Krebs, and Krebs had to work hard himself and draw that contact.
And Tom Wilson out injured for Australia, so that's a blow. And both free throws are good from Crete. Now, Jack. Now, Turkey has some numbers, and they get it to Guven, and he goes up, and they just killed the press.
Yeah, as soon as that press came to run and jump and 2-on-1, they just opened up gaps.
Back to Vasiljevic.
It wasn't a great pass, was it? Couldn't get the shot off.
Now he puts up a three, but that's long. Korkmaz into the corner. Arsenal misses, but the rebound snared by Korkmaz. Ulubai. It's a long three.
Taking liberties now, aren't they?
And then it goes to Gak, and he puts it up. Just easing up a little bit here, Turkey, but Australia, you get the sense they've got to get some turnovers. Now, another chance for Turkey, and they're killing the press. And Cape Point has to call a timeout.
He's got to change things up. That's a little too easy. And once they get past that first line, it's 3-on-2, and layup city. Maybe go back to a zone press, 2-2-1 press, perhaps, just to sort of protect the basket a bit more.
But you can't help but feel like Australia had them. They had Turkey right where they wanted them, and Turkey just refused to go away. And it is going to be awfully difficult for Australia to get this back.
Yeah, and 5.5 to play. You know, the obvious thing to do is pick up full court, but they've just gone through 2 minutes of doing that, and they've not had any stops at all. Maybe one stop out of the 4 or 5 offenses. They have to come up with something different. Maybe a zone press. Maybe they go to a half-court press. You're trapping the half court, therefore you're protecting, you shorten the length of the court, and the damage that can be done. But 16 points in 5.5 minutes. Yeah, we've seen it happen before. But this is what they're facing, 2-on-1 on the back line.
Well, Korkmaz has really emerged as a key man here in the second half, hasn't he? His athleticism.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, his capacity, and you can see that he's been playing at the highest level in Europe with Anadolu Efes.
And not so much the game. The game his game time has been limited. A lot of these juniors have. Karsiaki, Fenerbahce for Ragulu, but it's more the practice time, day in, day out, practicing with the pros.
And Dusan Ivkovic as well.
Yeah, that helps.
Well, Vasiljevic hasn't had the desired impact. He's had spurts where he's been good. Krebs, three-pointer, and a long rebound, and good hustle from McDowell White to get it back in. Blagijevic into the game, number 8. So Gak has come out for Australia. Maybe he was vulnerable in the full court pressure. Anyway, White over to Krebs, another three from him. And White challenged for the board, but Guven goes up and gets it.
Yeah, they can't get anything to drop. I'm not sure the last 3 points that he made, Jeff. Maybe it was the McDowell White in the first half.
Ulu goes to work, goes right past McDowell White, and puts it up and in.
He's got an extra 2 gears, hasn't he, Berkagulu?
Vasiljevic for three. 73-61. 73-58, excuse me. And more substitutions coming for both teams. Ulu again, and gets the foul from McDowell White. So So the last two trips down the floor, and Olu has just gone straight to the hole.
Yeah, he's just quick, isn't he? Very quick, and you got McDowell White guarding you. He's not slow himself. That's the first three from Vasiljevic going down.
Nice arcing shot there.
I've covered a couple of games where Gulu's played EuroLeague this year, Jeff, and I'm just thoroughly impressed with him as a you know, he's obviously going to be undersized at the guard position when he gets to the pro level. But you know what? He's going to be a good pro. Somebody's going to give him a job as a point guard for their team. He's a good floor general.
And Jack McVeigh drives in. Set himself up a pretty big game now, 12 points. Getting most of it on drives. Now quickly, and Guven goes up and misses a dunk.
Oh, nice play, nice hustle back too from Glover.
Now this gives McVeigh a chance. And good hustle from Guven to get back.
Yeah, that's tough on McVeigh. You know, he had that little Euro step, got some contact. And he's no complaints from him, that's for sure. He's
Caporn thought he got fouled, McVeigh driving to the basket.
I think he probably did too. Almost intercepted.
Korkmaz again, hands it off, and Guven goes up for a two-handed jam.
Just a foul, Jeff.
For
give him a technical foul.
For hanging on the rim.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't like. That's a tough call on Guven. I've not seen that called in a long time.
Well, where are the referees from, Jeff? Is one
He's
American?
the Philippines.
Oh, yeah, that's why then. That's why. Come on now. That's you watch the Filipino league. You cannot do that. You cannot hang on it extended.
So the technical foul. I mean, it's not a horrendous swing. It's only 1 point.
Well, you've got an American ref and a Filipino ref out there, so two of those guys could have called it in their leagues, or they're used to it. Extended use of hanging on the rim.
Tough pass goes out of bounds. Glover's pass off the hands.
Here's that dunk, Jeff. Look. Yeah. You do a pull up on the ring. Forget it, Jeff. That's, Come on now. Come on, that's playground stuff. Oh, turnover straight away.
Interception to Glover, and McVeigh scores. Well, I'm not gonna question the referee. I mean, if he saw him hanging on the rim, that's his right to call it. Now, good hands from Glover again. Back to 14.
Yeah, it's 3 minutes. It's a long time.
In the sport of basketball.
I don't think Turkey's going to throw this one away, but you know what? Australia's going to run them close. Timeout coming here from coach.
And he could
good call
as well. So Omar Ugurata calls the timeout. Turkey certainly would appear to be in the running for a spot on the podium. I mean, they will have 2 games if they go on and win this to play for a medal. Who knows? Maybe they're going to challenge one of these other huge teams in this competition.
Well, they'll play the winner of the Canada game. Bear with me there, Jeff. Canada-Croatia. They'll play the winner of that game, won't they?
So they will like their chances. They with 14 points.
Hey, this Turkish team shouldn't fear anybody. They could play probably with a lot of teams, you know, in the size they've got.
How much does it hurt Australia not to have Wilson?
Oh, there's no doubt about it, Jeff. There's no doubt about it. Wilson's, you know, maybe not the true one guard this team needs, but with Vasiljevic, McDowell White, Glover, and Wilson, it was a combination that was missing a leader, if you want, you know, one of these floor generals.
So Uruguay in the game, along with Getcham, and McVeigh trying to stay close to him, and good hands from Gott. So turnover, and then a foul called against Uruguay, so that stops the clock, but it's only
14 foul.
Yeah. So
I think it's the 14 foul, yeah. Gotta get some points quickly here, though.
So Glover and turns it over. Just the big hands of Guven.
He's looking to lob it to Gak, and it's the right play. Just had nothing on it.
Gets him, drives in, hands it off to Guven.
Offensive foul, I think, Jeff.
Wow. Offensive foul down low.
I think this is a good call, but it's one of these calls that you don't see often. Gak was there. Now, that's a great call.
Yep.
Gak got the position outside the lane, outside the little circle.
We saw Guven. He wasn't even thinking about dunking it there, was he? He just laid it up nice and easy. We're back to 14.
Surprised McDowell White's not in the game right now, just to come up with some decisions.
Vasiljevic for three. And he just can't find his stroke right now, Vasiljevic. Korkmaz to Ulubai. And Glover knocks it out of bounds.
Substitution for Australia, number 11, Kyle Clark, and
So
number
Gak
9,
and Glover
White.
come out.
She's just going a bit small, just to deny, and just cause some problems for the Turkish offense.
Well, almost.
Ulubai's got to be careful here. Fouls against Vasiljevic. Oh no, no foul.
All right, they're talking. No. Vasiljevic is not afraid to mix it up with anybody, and Ulubai is taking exception.
Well, if you've seen any Filipino games, Jeff, then you'll know what the referees have to put up with sometimes, separating players.
So they've actually called the foul. Watch this elbow. There. No. I mean, not too bad, really, from Ulubai. But that's what the Australian coach saw. It didn't look like it was actually that bad, and then he went over and it got worse.
Yeah,
it got worse. The pass to Guven, and a foul called on Vasiljevic.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he did, but I don't think he's complaining too much. I think he just got a bit of the arm on the foul, on the pass. Second foul for Vasiljevic.
There's Korkmaz. Oh, he had the shot, gave it off to Guven, and Guven somehow forced that ball in there. McDowell White, and offensive foul called on McDowell White. He raised his forearm. I think he tried to avoid the contact, but
yeah, I'm not sure what he did.
He pushed off, but
well, he knocked Korkmaz held his ground, and it was important that the referee saw that. Played decent defense, but there's no way McDowell White should have fallen for that.
Well, I didn't think it was a blatant push, but it was.
No, absolutely not. Just knocked him over.
Vasiljevic is coming into the game here. 2:08, still a 16-point lead. Hunter also comes back in. So Vasiljevic comes out, and Jordan McVeigh. And looks of resignation on the faces.
It's gone to a different defense here, Jeff. That's all, with the bigs in the back of the zone press.
Now Korkmaz for three.
Oh, you got to get your boards. Got to get your boards. You got the miss. And they can't foul now. Not 8 seconds on the shot clock.
Urulu drives in, and another offensive rebound. Now Arslan from the corner, and nice rebounding pass from Hunter. Vasiljevic puts it up. Vasiljevic rather, and Korkmaz with the rebound. So Australia's bid to get into the semis here starting to die. We've only got 1 minute and 13 seconds left, and Turkey's still on top by 16. And
I think if you look at the shooting stats at the end of this game, especially the second half, their three-point shooting is the one element really not held them steady this second half. Osmarolu back in the game. Korkmaz out. Great game, great second half. Third period for Korkmaz.
Well, you know their confidence is going to grow after this game. certainly Turkey, having trailed by 9 and really turning it on. Now, inside, and foul calls. A good move from Blagojevic. Blagojevic getting to the line.
Outstanding dribbling. Low ball, no center of gravity. Talked about it in the first half. Just got down low.
So Guven is fouled out of the game, and Arar comes back in. Three-point play converted. So back to a 13-point deficit.
Turkey had 34 points. 5 minutes gone in the third period. Look at the score now. They've doubled it plus. Just an outstanding display in 15 minutes.
Getcham gets it over to Oulu. Now Arslan, and Arar challenges for the rebound, but it's going to be Clark. Comes down, his pass batted though, and Getcham goes up for the dunk. How about that for Turkey? They have really grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck here against Australia. Hunter follows up the miss. Getcham comes out. Oulu is going to come out. So the final 20 seconds here, ticking off the clock, and a turnover for Turkey gives Australia a chance. Clark gets it, puts it up. And gets it back to 11 points of deficit now. McDowell White and Australia chasing it to the very end. But Turkey are going to hold on. Foul has been called. Well, they got to ref all 40 minutes, not 39 minutes and 55 seconds. So 3 seconds on the clock. And Bayram, or Bicon rather, misses both free throws. So that's how it finishes. And
Final score of the game.
well coached, well, great performance there by the Turkish coach without question.
Well, we were questioning him after that, before that timeout, but the timeout did everything, didn't it? The timeout did everything.
Absolutely. They were down 9. They came back out, got the three-point play from Ulubah.
Croatia
And it just,
Canada.
there was no contest afterwards, but terrific display from Turkey and really for much of the game from Australia. But you just have to tip your hat to Turkey. They came out, got punched in the mouth, and just raised their game to a different level.
Oh, credit to them. And they're a great team. There's no doubt about it. They've got talent, and it's nice to see them sort of living up to that talent, that potential, because that is the best performance of this tournament for them. And now a semi-final awaits, and possibly they're going to be playing for a medal, and hopefully for them it'll be gold or silver.
Well, a great day for Turkish basketball here. They win it 81-70. And the fans that have crossed the water here to Crete to support this team in white, they've got quite a talented group of players. And if they can hold it together mentally, stay on top of things, you know, this team will get to the podium.
I think it was a good turning point for this team. That period in the third period where they were 9 down, timeout called, Australia with everything. They responded in kind so quickly. You talked about it in commentary, Jeff. It was as quick as a blink of an eye. 81-70, Turkey will lead this one out. They will head to the semifinals. Croatia or Canada, their opponents.
Well, if you look at those stats right there, it doesn't really tell you the story about Turkey, how they took control. But they did, you know, they held a comfortable advantage. I guess they're on top right around 5 to 8 rebounds for most of the game. Interesting to see the turnovers. Well, in fact, Turkey ended up with 17, Australia 16. But the key to the game was the response from Turkey in the third quarter when they fell behind by 9, and then they got up off the canvas and came back swinging. So Rulu with the 16 points ended up leading them in scoring. McVeigh had 14 for Australia. Guven actually had a double-double in this game. 14 points and 11 rebounds.
And he had assists too, didn't he? What was the assist?
I think, but for me, I think the player of the game may have been Ulubai. He just kind of came out and really threw in some daggers against Australia when the game got hot and brought his team right back.
Yeah, they have 3 or 4 players that play at a very, very high level on their club team, so they bring that experience. And so this team was together last summer when they were champions, and they do have a lot of talent.
Yeah, Korkmaz as well came out once Turkey got on top and just basically put it away. I mean, he was sensational, showing you the level that he plays at in Turkey. So, final time, 81-70, Turkey beating Australia. And as you look at some of the, we'll look at a couple of the leading players there for each team. Jack McVeigh, where he got all of his damage, was somehow, even though Turkey knew he was going to drive to the basket, he still was able to get the ball on the deck and get to the basket.
Yeah, you got to love McVeigh. Maybe the one element of his game that the outside jump shots miss him, but I'm sure that'll develop as he gets older as the player. And there's Furkan Korkmaz. I said in commentary, had a poor first half, didn't shoot very well, but my word, did he come out and play well the second half. Just an outstanding shooter. And time again, you'd hear the Australian bench shouting, shooter, shooter, get him. And they left him too much space.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. 3 more quarterfinals to come your way today.